I'm a Senior Associate in our ESG practice here at Hogan Lovells. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about what it means to be part of our ESG practice and why this growing area of law is so important for our clients. But first, I wanted to start off by talking about the difference between our responsible business and our client-facing ESG services. On the one side, we have Hogan Lovells operating as a responsible business, and what that really means is us acting in a way that we want to be portrayed to our wider communities, to our clients, to our people. So that includes thinking about the ways in which we operate sustainably, our own internal operations, and how we offer pro bono services to our clients. This is different from our ESG services for our clients, which is about giving advice relating to environmental, social and governance issues to clients across all industry sectors and all geographies around the world. We're going to focus on the latter today, so that's really about when we're advising our clients on a huge range of issues which we'll come to talk about. So let's start at the very beginning. What is ESG? The E stands for environmental, and under that falls topics such as climate change, biodiversity, emissions, renewable energy, pollution, and a whole host of other issues that relate to the environment. The S stands for social, and we tend to mostly advise on topics relating to supply chains, diversity and inclusion, labour laws, and Indigenous rights. The G stands for governance, and that tends to be about how companies are structured, so what their corporate governance structures look like, their remuneration policies, whether or not they have a board that focuses on ESG, and other corporate related issues. When you bring these together, we holistically have this topic called ESG, and this is becoming increasingly important to our clients because ESG is becoming a topic that is worldwide subject to more regulation, more interest, and more stakeholder engagement. So why should you care about this, and is this something that interests you on a personal level? We often find that the lawyers that really understand these issues are the ones that are most engaged on a personal level. And I'm sure many of you will have topics you feel passionately about, whether they relate to the environment, relate to politics, relate to diversity and inclusion. That's a really great way of channeling your personal passions into the work we do here at Hogan Lovells and the advice we give to our clients. What we're seeing is a huge wave of more regulation, and our clients need help in responding to that regulation. We offer advice in a load of different ways, but that often looks like horizon spotting, for which new regulations are coming up, providing support in drafting ESG policies, and advising on contracts to say when they can use the law to help drive ESG outcomes. Sometimes our clients want advice on a specific issue, but often our clients are coming to us because they have complex underlying issues that require advice across a number of ESG topics. This means that we engage with particular specialists within Hogan Lovells to advise on matters relating perhaps to employment, but also to corporate governance, and we bring these people together to provide a really holistic service for our clients. There's a huge wave of new ESG related regulation, but our advice goes beyond just what the laws say. It also looks at our clients' risk of litigation, whether or not they're meeting regulators' demands, how their stakeholders feel about their ESG efforts. So that might include their shareholders, the communities they operate in, or their suppliers and other businesses they operate with. This new ESG infrastructure is a new environment in which our clients are operating in, and they need our help and support to navigate these new risks, but also the opportunities it brings. We like to talk to our clients not just in terms of having to comply with certain laws, but also in terms of the opportunities that this new ESG infrastructure provides in order to generate sustainable long-term profits and outperform their competitors who don't understand the opportunities that having a really strong ESG policy can bring. These issues affect all our clients, and so we are advising clients in the energy space, automotives, tech, consumer, industrials, because these issues really cut across all business practices. What that means is that there's opportunities for lawyers in every part of Hogan Lovells to really become an ESG lawyer. And so whilst we have specialisms and areas that people are particularly focused on, the message from us is that you are an ESG lawyer. And when you join the firm, you'll have opportunities to advise clients in any part of our practice on these really complicated and interesting issues. So if you're interested in ESG topics and you think this might be an area you'd like to pursue at Hogan Lovells, I really recommend staying on top of really hot topics within the news. So that relates to things like climate change, shareholder activism, and issues around diversity and inclusion. These are all topics that are highly personal, and so you'll come to the firm with your own ideas about what would make a great lawyer advising on these topics. That's brilliant. We really encourage personal passion on these topics, and that will make you a stronger and better lawyer. And remember, you are an ESG lawyer from the moment you start here.